Hi guys, this is Crystal, and today I am here with another Project Life video. This is actually for week 20. You may notice that I've skipped week 19, and that is because week 19 was the week of Week in the Life, and I'm still working on my Week in the Life album. I'm giving myself plenty of time to do that and just kind of having fun with it. And I don't want to do my Project Life for that week until I've finished my Week in the Life album and I know what photos I'm using and what stories I'm telling so that I can fill in the gaps in my Project Life album. So this is week 20, and you can see I've already printed my photos and I've gone through all of my Citrus Twist kits and pulled out some of the supplies, some of the cards and the die cuts that I want to use. And then I also have this alpha, which was from the latest, the May Citrus Twist Kit Pocket Life Kit. So I plan to use it. And then I have some other things from the kits that I'll just go through as I work and see if any of these will work on the spread. And then I also pulled in a few other things. So I have this stamp set here. This stamp set is from Chic Tags, from Planner Addict by Chic Tags. I bought it off of Etsy when they had a sale a few months back, and I have never used it, but I have a taco picture this week, so I was determined to get it out and use some of these stamps because it's adorable. So I have that. And then I also grabbed some washi tapes from my stash because it's been forever since I've used washi, and I have a ton of it, so it's about time that I start using it again. So I'm excited to use some of those. Other than that, I do have all of my Citrus Twist stamps out as well, so we will just get started and see what happens. So first of all, I have to apologize. You may have noticed that there have not been any videos for the last week, or just over a week actually, and that's because life stuff happened. There are some important things happening in real life right now, and hopefully I'll be able to share those with you soon, but it meant that something had to give, and for me it was these videos. So I just needed to take some time and focus on what was going on, and then come back when I had time, which is now. So here I am back again with videos, and hopefully there won't be another break. So meanwhile on the video, I've been working on my title card. I knew I wanted to use these blue alphas from the May Citrus Twist Kits Pocket Life Kit, but there aren't any numbers on that kit. So I also grabbed those pink ombre letter stickers that do have numbers, and I'm going to mix the two letter stickers on this card, and I want to use a label to add my date, but the first one, there was something wrong with my little hole punch. It basically just tore up the card. I tried to fix it with my scissors, but it wasn't working. It's basically just trash, I think, and I'm not sure what's wrong with my hole punch. I'm gonna have to take a look at it. It might just need sharpened, but I will deal with that later, and in the meantime I have cut out a different label to use on this card. So I'm thinking about putting some washi tape behind these letter stickers or number stickers to kind of connect them to the label, and I tried that green one, but it was just too different from the blue-green of the letter stickers, so I decided to use this yellow one, and that's an old My Mind's Eye washi tape if I'm not mistaken, but I like that it adds another pop of yellow on this card. There is a faint yellow polka dot on the back of it, but it's really hard to see on the video. So this just adds more yellow, and then I just added my dates with my roller date stamp and a couple staples, and that's the title card all done. So I really like the combination of these two letter stickers, these kind of big serif blue ones with these sans serif little pink ones. So I decided that I want to try mixing those throughout the spread. So for this picture of my cat Nacho, who is definitely a lazy cat, I decided to put that title in those two letter stickers, and that's all that card really needs, or that photo. There's no story really to tell, it's just him being silly and lazy. So next I am going to work on this card with the picture of my taco dinner. And at the top of the card it says you can't live a full life on an empty stomach, so I thought that was the perfect card to use for this photo. And like I said before, I want to use this stamp set that I have had for months and never used, and there's a stamp on it that says Taco Tuesday, so I just double checked the back of the photo to make sure that it was in fact a Tuesday, like I thought it was, and it was. So I'm going to use that stamp, and because these are new stamps, I'm just going to test them on a bit of scratch paper first. And so I used that Taco Tuesday stamp, and then there was a Tacos Equal Life stamp. So I kind of combined those two on the block to use them together. And I'm just testing them to make sure that they'll stamp all right. And I'm using StazOn ink since this is a photo, and they stamped out perfectly on my photo. But it's still looking a little plain to me. Oh, sorry about the camera. I'm not sure what happened. I think maybe some of the connections got loose when I moved it around. It slips a couple times during this video, and I apologize for that. I will have to fix it before I film anything else. So in addition to the Taco Tuesday and Tacos Equal Life, I'm going to add this little taco shape stamp to the photo as well. And again, I'm using StazOn ink and just testing the stamp first. And I'm going to do it at a little bit of an angle, because I'm thinking I want to add a little heart sticker next to it. Oh, sorry, there it goes again. I will adjust it and get it back in frame here in just a second. So I'm going to look at the embellishments that I have set aside for this spread, and I end up using a little leatherette sticker from one of the Citrus Twist kits. And again, I'm going to choose yellow just to bring in a little bit more yellow to the spread. And then I'll add a tiny attacher staple and call that one done. Okay, so for this photo, which is a picture of my friend's wedding, this is the barn where they got married, and it was beautiful. I'm just adding a single die cut that says, yes to this, happening, unforgettable. And I just put it a little bit off of the photo so that it would hang off the page just a little bit. And then all three of these pictures on the bottom row are from that wedding. So this is a picture of myself and one of my friends who I don't get to see very often. So I just want to add a little sentiment to the top that says miss you. And again, I'm going to use the two different letter stickers to spell out miss you. And to give these stickers somewhere to live on the photo, since I don't want to cover up the heart on the top of that journal card, and they kind of look like they're just floating there on the photo to me, I'm going to add a little bit of washi tape to the very top of the photo to give those stickers somewhere to live. And this time I'm using this kind of teal green washi tape. It's got little crosses or plus signs all over it. It's from Simple Stories. And that gives those letters somewhere to live. And then the proportion just doesn't look quite right to me. That heart feels too small at the top. So I'm going to cover it with another leatherette sticker, another leatherette heart, and add a staple to that. And that just feels a bit more proportionate to me. So I'm going to move on to this final photo from the wedding, and to bring in some more of that yellow and yet another place on the spread, I'm going to use that same washi tape from My Mind's Eye, but I'm not going to put it across the whole photo. I'm just going to put it about halfway across, and I was just making sure that I would have space for that label where I went to do my journaling. When I placed it, I was just kind of using that as a spacer. And then I'm going to add this label and another little die cut that just says today. And then I will do just a couple lines of journaling on that label and add a tiny staple, and that's going to be it for this one. So now I'm moving on to these two photos with me and puppies. A friend of mine has an uncle whose dog had puppies, and we went out to see them. It had been a stressful week, so we just needed some puppy love as a de-stressor, and it worked beautifully, by the way. So at first I think I will just use the word puppies, because that's what we kept saying, puppies, over and over, as kind of the title on this photo, but I didn't have the right letters left in these little alphas, so I'm using a 3 for an E, and then I cut down an 8 for an S, and I think that is what I'm going to use, but I end up changing it because it doesn't have the combination of 2 letters, and I realized I really wanted to continue that across the spread. This would give kind of the third place where that happened, and give the whole spread some balance. So I end up changing that even after I stick it all down, and I was just adding some more washi again and another little die cut that says my happy place, but those are going to come off, and instead I'm going to spell out puppy love, and I'm just shuffling things around a bit here because it just feels a little bit unbalanced, and I like this much better. So for this one I'm going to find a couple stamps that fit in these little labels and add those. I'm just looking through what I have, and then I end up grabbing the rest of my Citrus Twist stamps to find something that will work and is somewhat appropriate for the photo. And I settle on ones that say unexpected and unbelievable, because it was kind of a spur of the moment, let's go see puppies, and it was super fun and they were so adorable. So I thought that fit pretty well. But again, I'm going to use a bit of washi to give this little label somewhere to live on the photo, and I'm going to use this teal green washi. I thought about using the yellow, but because I used the teal washi on the other puppy photo, I decided to use it again here just as a bit of repetition, and then that'll be 3 places on the spread that I use that washi. So I'm going to add these stamps, and this time I am using my VersaFine ink, not the StazOn, since it's on cardstock. It should be fine and it won't bleed at all. And it does give a bit of a crisper image as well. So I try and use it when I can and only use the StazOn on my photos. And my stamp was not quite straight on the block when I stamped it, so it's a little bit curved, but I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to try and redo it. It's fine by me. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just going to add another one of those leatherette heart stickers and another little tiny attacher staple. That's 3 places where I have leatherette hearts as well, so I'm kind of working in 3s as much as I can. And now I'm just thinking about that other card that says puppies and wishing that I had used the combination of letter stickers. So I'm trying to figure out a different way I can say what I'm trying to say, but using both of the letter stickers. And I settle on puppy love, which is really perfect for what this is. And you may have seen that I somehow managed to smear ink all over my fingers and all over the photo and the letter stickers and pretty much everywhere, making a complete mess. And I try and clean it up as best I can, and you can see there's still a smudge of it on that photo, but the letter stickers kind of cover it up, so I really didn't want to have to reprint the whole thing, especially since I already have things kind of attached to it. So I decided to just leave it be, and it's not really noticeable when the whole thing's finished. So these don't quite fit going across the photo, so I'm just gonna layer them and kind of nestle the top of the L between the P and the Y of puppy. And I like that much better. It feels much more balanced and like it goes with the rest of the spread a lot better. So I went away and I did my journaling with my typewriter on this middle card, and I realized that I didn't put anything about the puppies or why I have pictures of myself with puppies, so I may have to go back and add something about that, maybe on the back or on a hidden tag or something, just so that in the future I remember why I was playing with puppies. But I did stamp today's story in the little tab that's right on the card, that's printed right on the card. And then it still feels a little plain to me, so I'm going to look through my supplies, the supplies I've pulled out, and find something else that I can add here. And I was thinking about one of those leatherette stickers, but eventually I'm going to settle on one of these yellow phrase stickers, just because it adds another pop of yellow in the spread and kind of ties this card in with everything else I've got going on. So I settle on one that says Everyday Life, and then I'm just going to add a tiny staple to it and call this one done. And that pretty much does it for this spread. So thank you so much for watching. There are a few close-up photos coming up. And if you were able to find some inspiration here, I hope that you will give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already a subscriber, please do subscribe so that you're notified when I upload new videos. Have a great day, guys.